So guys, this is probably nothing, but like, I don't know. Okay, so I know that like, that Justin McElroy has cereal as a concept like on lock, and that no one else is allowed to ever talk about cereal.
You have mentioned cereal like 3 times today, which is more than the average number of mentions.
Okay, well, yes, I don't eat cereal a lot.
Who do you think you are, Justin McElroy?
Ate Count Chocula for breakfast this morning.
But I did. Okay, but recently I was in the store and I knew I needed breakfast and I saw it on the shelf and I was like, oh, that seems fun. So, and I don't think I've ever had it, actually. So I got the Count Chocula, and, like, I am going fucking insane. Because, like, okay, well, so, first of all...
I just can't believe this is new to you, like...
The box of Count Chocula that I got, there's, like, something on his face. And I'm going to show you I took a photograph. Like, I don't know what the fuck is happening.
As everybody knows, podcasting, famously good medium for photographs.
I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to describe it, and I need help. It's a mystery I need help solving.
Let me see it.
And, like, okay. And I just want to preface it. I will show you in a minute. But, like, because I saw this, it, like, sent me on, like, a deep dive.
That's the sound of our hands slapping the table as we try to get Hannah to show us the picture.
I was Googling, like, Count Chocula redesigns, trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, like, what this meant. Okay, and now I'm going to show it to you. So, actually, before I show it to you, I want to point out that there are two. Cereal, and one of them, there's a discrepancy. There's a very large discrepancy between the two images. I need help understanding. Okay.
My fucking soul is being drained.
What is coming out of his face? What are those gray things?
They're marshmallows.
No, they're growing out of the side of his fucking head, and it's not his hair, because his hair is the brown stuff. And I know it is.
Kat, show it.
Kat, no, I didn't see it.
It better be the right image. You better not have, like, scrolled to another, like...
I am the resident Count Chocula.
That would have been actually funnier if I had just scrolled to a different image.
Yeah, that would have been really funny.
There's probably some stuff on there, so, don't...
Let me see it.
Okay, but now let me show you.
I want to see the news.
So that's the first image, right? But let me show you the second.
Okay. Shit, I swear to God.
Okay, so look at his weird growths, okay? Look at them.
We will post this image on our Twitter.
And then give it back to you, because I'm going to show you on the same cereal box on the side of the box. There's another Count Chocolate, please.
While Hannah's bringing that up, we will post this image on our Twitter. And
let's describe it right now. Kat,
yeah.
how would you describe it?
Now, but
I would describe
it. Look at the normal one. See, this is on the side of the box. So what are those?
Let me see it. Hold on. Okay. Oh, okay. Now I know what those are, but I'll...
No, you don't. What are they?
Yes, I do.
Oh, I know what they are,
Can I
too.
describe it before you say what it is?
I know what they are.
You describe it.
Okay, so it's like a fun kind of like throwbacky 1970s illustration style, and it's Count Chocula, but he's got these like...
He looks like a Dracula.
Yeah, but he's got these like gray lumps like protruding from the sides of his head, and they look like fleshy, and they look like they are attached, because there's like a little, if you zoom in, like... The way it's drawn, there's like a ridge between the growth and like where it attaches to his head. And like, what is it?
Well, okay, so you know that Count Chocula, like most breakfast cereals, it's corn derived, right?
Sure.
Right. So on corn, hold on, I gotta remember what it's called.
What the fuck are you about to say?
Now I'm really...
Oh yeah, it's corn smut.
You're saying he's infected with corn
Hey,
smut.
no, hold on just a moment, Kat. I need to Google something really quick.
No, actually, it does kind of look like, now that you've said it.
Yeah, it's corn smut.
But do you guys...
What is corn smut?
Corn
Google
smut is... So it's actually called wheat la leche. It's
Thanks for that.
I do not speak very good Spanish. It is a fungus that grows on ears of corn. It is considered a delicacy.
But, like, I want to know the rest
What the fuck?
But seriously, okay, you guys, like, you didn't know about corn smut. What did you think it was?
That's what it is.
I don't think that's what it is either.
What is it?
No, it 100% is.
I thought it was earmuffs.
That was...
But why would he... Like, look, there's no attachment. Like, there's no...
Yeah, but he has pointy ears, so he wouldn't need one. You could just put it on
But
like a little
there's two
glove.
on each side.
Yeah, because it's corn smut.
Yeah, I don't
it's
know.
a fungus that is growing from his ears.
What do you
You're
think it
saying
is?
things that don't make sense to me.
Well, that
It
seems
is
like
true.
a you problem.
There's no wheat in there. It is all corn.
It
I looked.
has to be marshmallows.
Okay, but look, there are
This is what it is.
Wait, what is it? What is it?
So, there's a pop artist called Kaws, or Kaws.
Yes.
They are the person that
did the art.
Did the redesign.
Yeah.
It says Frankenberry and Count Chocula now bear bone-shaped ears seen in many of Kaz's works.
Those are
bones?
ears?
That's fucking funny.
Anyway, I solved it for you.
But
So
why are
sorry, it's not a joke. It's just what actually happened.
Okay, but why are they gray? And again, there's two. Because we have two sets of ears, one below the other.
Bones.
Let's look up Kaz art.
Yeah, we need to look up Kaz art.
Oh, I do recognize
Wait, show me.
these. Okay.
What the fuck?
Oh,
You've
yeah.
seen this?
Yeah,
No.
I have seen that. I never, like,
Yeah.
Okay, well that's really weird, but I'm really glad. Like I'm honestly relieved.
I just wanted to
oh,
alleviate
that's
your
what,
pain.
it's a little bit clearer that these are bones in a different picture that I have just brought up.
And
Okay.
this is like the other, like,
'Cause
like,
it's-
this is like the same
okay.
style.
It's,
All
the,
right.
it's the skull and crossbones bones coming out the other side, like the sides of the head, like ears. You can see it. I have a picture that I have brought
Yeah.
up. That
It's
Juniper
supposed
can
to be a skull and crossbones. That does make sense.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any fucking sense on Count Chocula
No,
because
on
he's got
Count
a
Chocolate makes no fucking sense,
Yeah.
and like literally, it almost caused my good friend Hannah to have a mental breakdown. So like, this is a call out post for you. And by call out post, I do mean a public threat that I will be finding you as soon as possible, and the world will not have access to your art anymore, except for posthumously.
Thank you, Noelle. That really means a lot.
I'm gonna turn you into a skull and crossbones.
Whoa!
And on that note, let's okay. Hi, my name is Kat, and if I was a cereal box monster, I would be Boo Berry.
Hi, I'm Noelle. If I was a cereal box monster, I would be. I don't know. I would be the killer of Cause. So
Thank you.
that's
You know,
what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be a monster.
That sounds like a Bloodborne boss.
Well,
That actually does, yeah.
You know
Well, it's because
what?
Orphan of Kos is a Bloodborne boss.
And public death threat over.
Me? Oh, hi.
Thank you, Noelle.
Hi. Thank you, Noelle. Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm a man of the people.
You really are.
If I was, I'm Juniper. Hello. Thank you for being here tonight. And if I was a cereal box monster, I would be the Bloodstarved Beast.
Yeah, I did. I don't know anything about Bloodborne. but I
I'm
knew
playing
you were-
Bloodborne again because it's October. I'm sorry, everyone. Okay. Sorry, Hannah, please. Take it away.
Hello, I'm Hannah. I play Slake, and I think we can all agree that the real cereal box monster was, of course, John Kellogg. Google it.
It's dark.
It's really fucked up. It's incredibly fucked up. Like it's
Well,
insane.
on that note, I guess let's.
Google it. Educate yourself.
Okay, so last time, you guys entered the swankiest casino on the Nakama Strip, the Lucky Lamia. When you got in there, you guys decided to split up and pretend that you are just three unrelated, random, very wealthy patrons. Fran, you are posing as the old money, the swanky, high-class bitch. You've got a girl on your arm, and that girl is Mary. Slake, you're the new money, mingling with the staff, trying to relate to them. And then Corbin is, Corbin, I honestly forgot what your plan was, but you ended up talking to the Lamia. And so you guys are in the casino. You are on the lookout for the vault keys. There are 3 of them. Corbin, like we said, you talked to the Lamia, and you immediately got enchanted. Gias. We've not come to a consensus on what the correct word is, but you are enchanted and you are under her control. Slake did some gambling and noticed Slake's and Hannah's favorite thing, a masked figure. Fran and Mary are up in the VIP section, and they just saw somebody using magic. And that's where we are now. Yeah, Mary, she waves her hand, in a very, trying to disguise the casting as she does it. And then she leans close and signs to you, turning her body so her hands are hidden from the guard up here. And she signs, that servant, I think he's Estrin. Because, if you guys will recall, the Estrins who lost all the Estrins' money never came back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I would like to... Mary and I can sit down somewhere, and I want to, like, clap my hands or snap my fingers so that, like, somebody comes to serve me.
Oh, yes. As soon as you snap your fingers, a waiter just sort of, like, materializes from behind the curtain and comes over and says, yes, ma'am.
And I hand him a piece of gold, and I say... I would like that performer, please. And I point to the Estrin.
And he glances down at the gold in his hand and nods and says, would another of similar skill set be acceptable, or would you prefer that I take him off of the couple over there? And he smiles like both options are perfectly normal.
Are you suffering from high-quality podcasts? You see, quality podcasts stimulate parts of your brain, leading to an irksome condition called thinking. But suffer no more, my friend. Introducing Discount Storytime's blend of fictional nonsense and rancid gibberish to provide soothing relief. Try Discount Storytime today. Available on most podcast catchers and at discountstorytime.com.
Consult your healthcare provider before listening to Discount Storytime. Not intended to treat unicyclitis, pickleball liver, or jittering expectations.
No, I want that one.
And he nods and says, of course. And he walks over to the pit boss and whispers something in his ear. I'm just going to call him a pit boss because he's the same class of character here.
Okay.
If they were monsters, that's what they would be. So yeah, he walks over to that pit boss who's up here and he whispers something to him, and the boss looks at the server shows him the coin, and the boss nods once. And the servant then goes over and he says something very apologetic to the couple, who look over at you and they are highly scandalized. They're very blustery, and the man, he's got like big red cheeks, and they're...
I wave to him.
And he just sort of glowers at you, but then waves off, and you hear him say, he wasn't very entertaining anyway. And the servant brings over the magician. He bows with a flourish and he says, we found this man and his partner living in a secluded tribe deep in the jungles. They have been praying to a dark and lost god who grants them such abilities, such as this. And he gives a little flourish, and the man does a little, like, harmless puff of fire. And, he starts just doing, like, various little, just prestidigitations. Like, you know exactly what this is. This is nothing. This is child's play. This is, like, stuff that you learned when you were, like, 6.
Okay.
And he's really putting on a show, but you can see, like, his eyes keep going back to, like, the pit boss and this other, like, servant that's working with you.
I want to talk to him in Old Estrin.
What do you say?
I think I say, like, hey, act natural.
And his eyes go straight to you. And let's just see. Does he act natural?
You could have simply said nothing.
Does he act natural? He stumbles. He stumbles a little bit, but he picks up his routine as the guard by the door shifts a little bit, and he picks back up his routine very quickly. And he continues acting natural, but he is watching you very closely.
I say, we're here to help. Is there anything you can do to help us?
And the man, he sort of does a big flourish, like we'll say a purple fireball erupts in front of his face, and then he bows very low, and he says, my partner, he is being held back with the rest of the staff at the moment. Our quarters are under the casino. Quarters, maybe. Prison, maybe. And then before he can say any more, the servant next to you claps and he says, give us another show. This lady is a valued patron.
I look at the servant and I give him another piece of gold and I say, yes, I'm enjoying the show very much. Without the commentary, please.
And he takes the gold coin and he gives you a nod and then he backs off.
Thank you.
But you can see that they are both watching. They are watching very, very closely. And the Estrin gets back up and he starts doing another, routine of little magic tricks. And he has positioned himself so his back is to his minders. so that he can speak a little more freely.
Okay. And I say, how do we get down to the place beneath the casino?
They take us out the back alley whenever they have us change shifts, and the basement is accessed through a cellar door in the back alley. That's where we go and come back out of.
Got it. Okay.
Did Lady Leica send you?
Yeah, she sure did, I say. And I say, is it just the two of you?
He nods. And then covers up the nod with a flock of birds that erupts from his tunic.
Oh, and Mary and I clap. And then I want to say, are the other employees being held captive as well?
He shakes his head and glances back, and he says, some are still under the Lamia's spell. It ensorcels them in some way. It ensorcelled us. Those who are under its spell and overspent their pockets are kept in the prisons with us till they work off their debt.
Okay. Is there any way that you guys could meet us somewhere, or are you being watched too carefully?
There's no chance to escape. Neither of us fell prey to the Lamia's chaos, and so we have been kept under close watch. They don't allow us to be together in the same room at the same time for fear that we will be able to use our magics to find a way to escape. And the guard, and he glances over his shoulder at the guard by the door, he says, they have cold iron darts.
Oh. And if you get stuck by one, you can't use magic?
He nods.
Great. Well, I'll keep you close to me for now, okay? We'll try to get you out.
I appreciate it. Do you have a favorite color?
I mean, I guess, blue?
And he does a shower of blue sparks over your head.
I clap. Mm-hmm. And I laugh and I say to the, servant and the boss, I'm like, I very much enjoy this performer. And I throw a couple more gold back at them.
All right, sounds good. Let's move on from Fran and Mary to Slake. You are winning a little bit of money here. Let's do another luck roll.
Oh boy.
To see if you continue to win money.
Yeah, I'm gambling, but I'm very much still watching and tracking the movements of the person in the mask because I just feel like something's going on there. But
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I just rolled a 20.
Oh, whoa! You hit the jackpot.
Holy
You hit the absolute jackpot. It's like the bells start going off, little fireworks start going off, and everybody in the casino roars with oh my god, they've hit the jackpot. It's money starts falling out of this little machine at the front of the table.
Wow, I can't believe this. This is my first time here.
Everybody's patting you on the shoulder. And as they're doing that, you make me a perception check.
Please.
Oh, one of us has got to perceive something eventually.
Please.
Somebody, please, God.
Okay. So that's a 13.
Okay. It's a 13. Okay. With a 13, you notice that the masked person you have caught their attention.
Finally.
They are looking directly at you. And they, you can't tell, but they seem very interested in you now that you just won a big old pile of money.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine why.
It's your natural charm.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, perfect. Well, I kind of look around and I say, well, I may be new at this, but I think it's probably time for me to take a break. And I gather up my big pile of money and put it in my little bag.
Oh, and it doesn't even fit. They have to get you another little bag for your money and a third one. You've got now 3 full pouches of silver. And you know what? Because I am very nice, I'm going to give you, we'll say 100 silver. There's 100 silver from winning.
Hell yeah.
Hitting the jackpot.
I love it. Okay.
And as the dealer at the table helps you bag up your money, he says, oh, please, head on over to our lounge. Get yourself a refreshment. Winners get a free goblet of luck. And just ask the bartender. He'll set you up.
Thank you. I guess it really was my night after all.
It certainly is. And he claps you on the shoulder.
Cool.
So do you head over to the bar?
Well, I'm still I'm looking around and I'm just I'm I start kind of walking toward the bar, but I am like watching the masked figure.
And they are watching you right back. Like, they are not even being subtle about it. Like, they are tracking your movement as you walk towards the lounge area.
Okay. Well, I kind of look back at them and I give my hair like a little tussle and catch their eye. And then I walk over to the bar and I say, hey, I guess I'm due for a goblet of luck.
Our lucky winner gets a goblet of luck just for them. And the bartender hands you a little gold goblet. It's maybe like the size of an egg cup, but it's ornate gold, and it has a golden liqueur in it. And it says, the first one's on the house.
Oh, wow. Thank you. So, yeah, is this a specialty drink here?
Absolutely. It's our finest liqueur. It is aged in the golden sands of the sea caves at Hero's Gate. It gives it a very distinct saltwater flavor, and the gold, and he leans in close, is from real gold dust, and he winks.
Oh, sounds exorbitant.
Only the best for our lucky jackpot winners.
Thank you so much. How's your night been going?
Oh, thank you for asking. My night has been going very well. I've always love a hopping night here. Meet so many interesting folks coming in from all over the world.
I bet. Does that person in the mask usually hang out around here?
And you see his face fall a little bit, and he says, yes, the priest. He makes himself at home here quite often.
A priest? What god does he serve?
Shouldn't it be obvious? He's one of the Kiloni.
I was thinking that, the whole duality thing.
Yes, he comes to preach at the altar of his god, and he gestures around the casino as though, obviously, this is the domain of the Kiloni. You know, it's tricks, it's lies, it's thievery. Like, that's their whole thing.
So your bosses are cool with that?
Oh, well, let's put it like this. Good old Ono makes it worth our time to allow him to hold his, shall we say, church here in our lobby.
Interesting. I say, just between you and me, I kind of came into money recently. Before this, I was bartending myself.
You don't say. You really carry yourself like one of the gentry.
I had a kind of a rich uncle who passed away, so I guess I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. I'm trying to remember how he carried himself.
Well, you're doing very well, very well.
Yeah, between us, how would you say it is working here?
Oh, this is certainly the best casino I have ever worked at, especially here in Nakama. Fair wages, good disbursement of tips. The owner, Wiley Greener, he's as bad as all the rest of them, but no worse. No worse.
I feel you.
And of course, can't argue with the view. And he sort of gestures around, and he gestures specifically at the Lamia, who is, she's... Someone else is now bowing to her, and there's a bunch of applause from around the casino, which, Corbin, by the way, you applaud.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, of course I do.
Would you like another drink?
Well, I still am. I have the drink before. I have not.
Oh, yeah, he is still offering you another drink.
Yeah, I just want to clarify. I have not drunk it because I'm very suspicious about.
Okay.
I say, I'm good for now. Thank you.
And he nods you and looks a bit expectant.
Oh yes, I give him a tip. I'll give him. Well, let's see. I don't have any idea what's a reasonable tip, so I'm gonna give him like 20 silver.
All right, he takes it and he says, "Very generous of you, very generous."
Hey, no worries. I remember what it was like to work in customer service.
And he gives a bit of a grimace, but waves you off as a sort of a good night, sir.
Yeah.
Nod and a bow.
I turn to see where the Kiloni preacher is at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is back to preaching at his assembled guests. There's new people there now. It actually seems to be just performing the same poem again.
And is Ono a they, he?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Well, yes, I definitely want to go over to check out what this poem is. And as I do, are there any like potted plants or anything in this casino?
Oh yeah, certainly. In this little lounge area, there's some tasteful potted plants to provide privacy to the patrons.
As I walk over, I empty my drink into one of the plants.
Can you give me a sleight of hand check?
Oh yeah, I rolled really fucking good. With the addition, that's gonna be 21.
Okay, all right. Nobody clocks you do that.
Nice.
All right, so you make your way over to the Kiloni priest.
Yes.
And you are welcomed into the circle of sitters as he goes through the end of this poem, and the end of the poem is, "For naught but the pleasure of trick shoots the apple from the eye of lovers and bites it in two." And he gives a very flourishing bow, and everybody claps very gently, and then he goes around and he starts shaking people's hands. I'm going to give you another opportunity for a perception check here.
Oh, yes.
One of us has to perceive something.
Please let
God.
me perceive. Okay, so with my bonus, that's 14.
14. I will say with a 14, you don't notice it until he gets to you. And as he shakes your hand and puts a hand on your shoulder, you realize he's picking pockets all around, and he is going for, I'll say
Nice.
As he's shaking your hand, is attempting to slide the rings off your fingers.
Interesting. Okay, as he's doing that, I would like to, I'd like to take his hand, and I'd like to slide the ring off my finger for him and put it into his little palm.
Oh.
And I give him a wink.
And you can't see Ono's expression from behind the mask, but he nods to you, and he closes his hand around the ring, and he sort of gives a tipping of the hat gesture, but he's not wearing a hat. And he moves on to the rest of his marks as they finish, and then he sits down at a low chair, and he says, "My friends, it's so good to see so many here gathered in this church of night, that we should all be here to engage in the revelries that the gods delight us with. I see many who already have prayed at the altar of good fortune and bad, and perhaps some who have paid sacrifice to that same altar." And he nods to a couple who laugh, and the man says, "It's true, I'm broke." And he says, "Now I hope you all tonight have given some thought to, there are so many gods in this world who tell us to do this or to do that, but what is a god but a reflection of that which we most desire? Are they not given power through that which we want? And the Kilani, you see, they are always here in service of the wants of mortals. Just be careful what price they're asking you to pay." And he gives another flourishing bow from his seated position, and then somebody brings him over a drink. And then the group sort of dissolves into quiet conversation about this declaration.
Interesting.
I wonder if Ono stole one of the keys.
I mean, I feel like Ono loves to steal is certainly the vibe. I'm gonna say, so I'm a little new here. Do you come here often?
Ono nods to you, and they say, "Often, yes. Yes, I'm here very often. This is the closest thing to a temple of the Kiloni that we have in the modern day." And he gestures around and says, "I mean, just look around at the tricks and thievery happening in this very room."
Yeah, you really, you gotta love it. I'm a pretty big Chaos fan myself.
Ah, I see. Another follower of the Long Shadow. I do so appreciate meeting someone so like-minded, though, if I may say, you seemed rather less enthused by my arts when we met earlier.
So that was you!
I don't know what you mean.
I elbow them, and I give them a wink, and I go, this guy!
And, they shrug and say, "I'm all over the city during the day. There's always something going on in Nakama. If you're new in town, then that is the first thing that you'll find. Nakama is certainly a city that never sleeps, and as long as you don't sleep on it, you'll do very well here."
Yeah, well, I like to shake things up, so far, Nakama has not been a disappointment.
Wildcard slate.
Wildcard! Ono laughs and says, "Well, I am so very glad to hear that. How are you finding the Lucky Lamia?"
I mean, it's pretty incredible.
It is. Have you matched wits with the Lamia yet? He nods back towards the cage.
Not yet. Have you?
Oh, me? No, I certainly would never submit myself to that. That creature terrifies me.
Terrifies you? I mean, that surprises me. I'd think you'd be down for anything.
A smart adherent of the Kiloni knows which fights to pick and which fights to stay clear from. And that creature is one to stay clear of if you will take my humble advice. It is a creature of older magic that I think Mr. Greener has perhaps overestimated his ability to handle. But, it certainly is funny to watch people lose their minds to it, I suppose.
Yeah, it certainly is something to watch. But you feel safe here?
I don't feel safe anywhere. That's a bit of my nature, though.
I see. So you like to be close by the Lamia, but not too close.
Exactly. Stay one step ahead of danger, lest you fall 2 steps behind it. Now, I can't help but notice you don't seem to belong in this crowd.
Yeah, I'm a little new. I move in a lot of different circles.
I see. And how are you finding this circle? They look around at the gathered people around that are they're trying to disperse from this little lounge area now that he's no longer speaking. I find them to all have quite a glittering disposition, don't you? Though perhaps a bit less so after speaking with one such as me.
It seems everyone here is very eager to impress.
An astute observation. Eager to impress, yes. And what about you?
Well, I'm here to observe. I'm naturally curious.
Can you make me a deception roll, please?
An 18.
So an 18, yeah. Oh no, does not seem to clock anything weird about your statement. He nods. Well, it has certainly been a pleasure speaking with you, but I fear I have another audience coming up soon. If you will excuse me, I do need time to prepare for my next sermon.
Let's see. I grab onto Ono's wrist and I say, so soon?
And, they look down at you for a minute, and they seem to really be contemplating something. There's just a moment too long of silence, and then they lean down very close next to your ear and ask, well, what did you have in mind?
Fuck. Okay, let's see. I have to use my wiles. Okay, let me think.
Use your Slakey and wild.
You're married.
Listen, it's all for the mission. I have no ulterior motives.
You keep telling yourself that, Slake.
I say, you said you've been here for a while. Don't you find yourself craving a little bit of variety?
How about this? I'm gonna have you roll a persuasion check if you want to keep Ono talking to you.
That was a 3. So I know that I'm not doing a good job of persuading, but I'll say, there's someone I'd like you to meet.
And Ono brushes a hand, the back of their hand against your jaw and says, then I shall meet them later. I bid you, for the moment, adieu. And bows over your hand and presses the back of your hand to where their lips would be on the mask.
Oh my God.
And then they drift off to welcome a new set of guests.
Oh my God.
How does Slake react to such a thing?
Slake, their brain is short-circuiting. So they stand there stiffly for a minute, and then they stomp their foot, and then they look around to try and find Corbin.
Mm-hmm. And from the balcony, Mary signs to you, Fran, I think Slake is gonna get married again. We'll go over to Corbin.
Good morrow, listeners. It's May. It's May, the lusty month of May. Now, wait, come back. Don't worry. I'm not going to subject you to my off-key musical maundering this time. But I did hear in from a few of you, whom I'm afraid through no intention of my own, were misled to believe that the previous mid-roll was going to be part of an ongoing narrative series. I'm flattered, of course, that you enjoyed it, and while I don't have the lung capacity to finish it out, I'll be happy to provide you with some spoilers for a Broadway musical from 1956. Our mysterious suitor succeeds in their pursuit of the Legend Lark podcast, though they are disinherited, and presumably the two of them eventually tie the knot. But of course, the primary focus of the story is Legend Lark's own social upward mobility and the financial independence she is able to gain by changing the way that others perceive her. We must remember, the difference between a lady and a podcast is not how she behaves, but how she is treated. So this is how it ends, presuming the adaptation is accurate to the 1913 original and the intentions of its author. Some versions have our leading lady hook up with her classist dickhead phonetics teacher at the end instead, but we all know that's bullshit that directly contradicts the central themes of the story. But I digress. If you want to help Legend Lark increase her social standing despite the rigidity of the class structure, I have good news for you. We are running a giveaway. It's simple. You clip a bit of audio you love from the show, upload it on your platform of choice, and send it to us on our handy Google form, and you're entered to win fabulous prizes. It helps expose the show to new listeners, and for those who participate, we will shout you out in the mid-roll. 3 randomly selected winners will receive $25 gift cards for the Legend Lark store, redeemable for whatever merch catches their eyes. And 1 lucky winner will get their character featured as a cameo in the final battle of our main campaign. They will be credited, of course. You can enter up to 3 times, so go forth and upload those clips brimming with fun, wholesome or un. You may find more information and a link to the form at LegendLarkPod on Twitter or legendlark.com/clip2023. Speaking of clips, a big shout out and thank you to Glowmilk on YouTube for uploading 2 wonderful playlists of Legend Lark highlights. We've saved it on our YouTube channel, so you can check that out at youtube.com/legendlark. Ah, but whence this fragrance wafting through the air? What sweet feelings does its scent transmute? Why, it's our supporters on Patreon. We have 2 new patrons to thank, Mocha Milkshake and DM Fate. Sharing clips helps introduce new listeners to our program, but you know what really helps to keep us off the streets selling flowers is your generous support. Thank you so much as always. You are the dear forbidden fruit that perfumes the air in the mad and libelous months of our lives. This metaphor is getting away from me. Anyway, a blissful thank you as well to our reviewers on Apple Podcasts. Through your efforts, may we merrily appear on listening devices all across this green earth. Thank you, Pressurized Salmon, Obawoa, Stupid App No Way Jose, and Karen Likes Pie. And finally, proper or im, it's time for a message to Chantel. Chantel, the code word is Sonia Blazed. The sleeper agent is active. Go!
Now, I assume I've just kind of been gambling and throwing my money away.
Oh
during
yes,
the course
Corbin, you under the Lamia's yes to serve her.
Yes.
The way that the others have been encouraging you to serve her is to just give all of your money to her.
And Corbin's been thinking about that. Mm-hmm. Corbin's been thinking pretty hard about it because, his command was to serve the Lamia, but the commands that he's getting to just throw money away at this meaningless charade of a institution from these random people who are not the Lamia herself. It just seems wrong. And she's in a cage. Mm-hmm. And how best could he serve her other than to set her free and allow her to make her own choices, her own commands directly to him as she pleases. So, Kat, the Lamia's actual container is made of glass, right?
Crystal. Yeah.
Oh my god, this is escalating so quickly.
Time to go fucking insane.
I think that I'm going to stand up, turn back to the Lamia, walk over to her, and I'm going to bow again. And then I'm going to cast Bones of the Earth.
If you want to do this, what I think we would, if you really wanted to try and free her in this dramatic fashion, we're going to have to roll to, because there is some casting time.
Sure, yeah, okay.
So I think if you try and do anything like in front of the Lamia cage, the guards are going to try and stop you.
Right.
So Corbin, how about this? Let's roll. Roll me I guess dexterity, just to try and do this as quickly as possible before the guards stop you.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll for the 2 nearest pit bosses.
Oh yeah, I definitely don't succeed on that. It would be 11.
Okay, and so that is going to be, does a 19 hit your armor class?
Oh, it beats it. Yeah, my armor class is 18, so yeah.
Okay, all right. So one guard is way too slow. He does not even realize what's going on, but the other one is eagle-eyed, sees you starting to raise your hands, and he brings a blow dart up to his mouth, and you are hit by a cold iron blow dart. You are going to take 14 damage as it pierces between your shoulder blades, and your glamour just pops like a balloon. Though you are, you fall, flat face forward.
Yeah, I'm crawling towards the Lamia desperately.
Yeah, you're crawling towards her. Okay.
Oh my God.
And the guards are coming towards you now, and they're going to grab you. I'm going to give you a chance to do one more action.
Okay.
As these guards are going to come grab you and pick you up.
I want to speak to the Lamia in Estrin, and I want to yell at her. I want to say, "Tell me how to help you! Speak to me directly! My beloved!"
And the Lamia looks very amused. She brings up a hand and laughs behind her hand. Mm-hmm. And then she comes up to the glass as the guards are grabbing you up around your shoulders, and she says, "Oh, silly boy, I will have them bring you to me." And then the guards look a little bit muzzy and a little bit fuzzy for a second, and then they look at each other and they nod, and then they drag you out, Corbin, and you are dragged out to the alley. And you tell me if at any point you want to try and resist them. I will just...
she told me that they're bringing me to her, so I'm not resisting at all. That's what I want.
Right, okay, so they bring you out through the alley and to a ladder that leads up to the roof. And you are brought up the ladder to the roof, and they walk you across to the skylight. They look at you and they go, "Well, hope you land in some of the soft stuff." And they hit a button, and the skylight opens, and the top of the Lamia's crystal cage opens with it. Yes! And then, Corbin, you are unceremoniously shoved into the Lamia's cage.
Yes! Oh my God. Did she catch me? Or did she let me,
where you belong!
fall?
And, there's a gasp from around you. Is there anything she could do to help you? No.
She could catch me on her giant, beautiful lion back.
Oh, she's not going to do that. No. That might hurt.
How far away is Corbin from Fran?
Probably not that far, because he's falling from the ceiling and you're on the second floor, so...
You get to watch this happen.
I could cast Featherfall, I think.
If there wasn't like an arrow in my back, I would be able to do something about it, but...
Yeah, I think Fran, as she drops her face into one of her palms in just resignment, she casts Featherfall without even looking.
Nice.
So that Corbin doesn't fucking die.
I probably would have lived. Taking some fall damage.
You would be dead.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Corbin, you land in like a pile of silks, but that would have hurt so much worse if Fran hadn't been looking out for you.
Yeah.
Fran, when you do this, actually, can you roll me a sleight of hand check?
I'm now proficient in sleight of hand, I believe. That's a 14.
All right. You, as you do that, Fran, Mary touches your shoulder, and she gestures back towards the curtain where you see that the guard who's been watching the servant now does have his eyes on you. He doesn't look like outright hostile, but he does look very suspicious.
And I just drop my face into my hands again, and I say, "What an idiot!"
All right, Corbin, you are in the Lamia's cage. You are in this pile of silks.
Yeah.
What are you doing? How are you doing?
I can't fucking believe that the way that they put people into the Lamia's cage is by dropping them out of the roof.
Through the skylight.
Am I able to remove the dart from my own back, or can I not reach it?
You, I'll say you can reach it. You can reach it. It hurts. It hurts so much.
Yeah, it hurts really bad.
But
I
you're
scream.
able to get it out.
Yeah, I scream, and I pull it out. Kat, I have a follow-up question for you.
Mm-hmm.
If that magic dart was shot at me, would it also dispel the effects of her charm?
Oh, good question.
That's a great question. You know what? Actually, I'm going to say no, because that cold iron is specifically like God's magic. And we have established that there are other types of magic. So this monster would have
another type of magic. Okay.
Yeah, she's got more void magic, which is kind of the other.
Okay.
The other type of magic would be monster magic is void magic.
Could I bargain for a chance to contest the wisdom check?
You can. You know what? Give me another wisdom check.
Okay. 16.
A 16. Yeah, so that 16 will actually break it.
Okay, cool. So I have come out from under
the compulsion, yes.
Under the compulsion, okay. And I now realize that I'm in the cage with the Lamia. Per my own request.
Okay, all right. Yeah, for your own request.
Okay.
This can work.
This could work.
Yeah.
That's kind of why as soon as I fell in, I was like, actually, this could really work if I wasn't charmed anymore. But like,
Yeah.
So the Lamia is, she stalks towards you all, lion's grace as she prowls around this pile of silks that you have landed in.
Okay.
And from outside of the cage, you can hear people laughing and jeering at your predicament.
So I think I'm going to pretend to still be charmed, and I'm going to, like a dog, I'm going to just roll onto my back and, like, show her my little belly so she knows that I'm not, like...
Oh my god.
Trying to be in her space. Even though I literally am.
All right. So she comes over to you and leans over you, and one of her massive lion paws presses down onto your chest.
Yep.
And her human torso.
All according to Keikaku.
According to Keikaku. And her human torso leans over you, so you see her beautiful face above you, silhouetted by the lights above her enclosure. And she says, "It has been so very long since someone spoke an old tongue. How did you learn such old words?"
I was born on a floating island, secluded from the rest of the world for generations, and our language never evolved very much. And then it fell pretty recently, actually. It was really sad and horrible, and a lot of people that I love died. And yeah. That's the story.
What a story. What a tale. The things that happen in the worlds of mortals. Always so strange. Well, little boy, you asked to be near me that I may command you.
That is what I asked, yes.
So, you wish to follow my commands? Then dance! And she lifts a paw.
Okay.
Yes.
Give me a performance check, Corbin. How good do you dance?
I don't know. I feel like Corbin's either a really good dancer or a really bad dancer. And I don't
this
know
is that
which
moment in Final Fantasy VII where you have to perform a choreographed routine. Yeah, this is that moment.
You suddenly have to be a go-go dancer.
Okay. Yep.
Here we go.
Corbin is now a go-go dancer.
Hold on, what's my performance? I think I'm good, you guys. Hold on.
The look on your face was really nice.
Okay, so it's +1, which means that it is a non-natural 20.
A non-natural 20. Corbin, your dancing is so good that you have distracted the guards from the fact that you've been speaking another language to Lamia.
Yes!
Oh
but I mean, everybody is
Shakira.
Obviously, everyone's like, "Wow, that kid can
fighting.
dance. That guy can dance." But they are also laughing at you as they perceive you to be a dancing monkey ensorcelled by
absolute fool. Yeah,
this monster that. Yeah,
little did they know I've been waiting my entire life to give this performance.
And I would assume Fran's like and Mary are all like, "Oh my god! Like, since when can he do that?"
Yeah, everyone's like,
holy shit.
All of their jeers and their hollering and their hoots. It's the music to my routine. I'm just flying through.
You're serving. You're serving.
You're absolutely serving cunt.
So I'm guessing that everyone is pretty interested in what's going on over here, and that no one wants to hear anybody's stupid fucking poetry that they've already read like 100 million times to the same people. Oh, okay, cool. Just checking.
Everybody is distracted. Yes, right now, everyone is distracted by this unlucky soul who was tossed into the Lamia's cage and is now being made to dance like a monkey and is doing it very well.
Really well, yeah.
And, okay, so I'm gonna come up to Ono again, and I'm gonna say, seems like a good time to talk.
Ono shifts a little so that you can tell they are looking at you more than they are looking at the dancing monkey in the cage, and they say, "Oh, well, tell me, what would you wish to speak to me of, while there are no prying ears?"
You know, there's a lot of gods that someone might choose to pursue if they were interested in wealth, but as a servant of the colony, I assume you're here for a different reason.
Somebody knows their theology. You're right. If I was only interested in wealth, then I would pray to the dead god of greed.
My friends and I actually came here because we were interested to see what might be secreted away in the vault.
Oh, Wily Greener's infamous vault, guarded by not only a monster, but the finest security built by mortal hands. I can understand why you would be interested in such a vast treasure, though not why you would be audacious enough to think that you could take it from right under his nose.
Well, I'm not working alone, and we have been putting eyes out on this place. I noticed that you seem intimately aware of the venue, and clearly you're very dexterous with your hands.
Oh, you have no idea.
In fact, Slake pulls on their collar again, and
Slake, I had no idea you had that in you.
I know.
They say, in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if you'd already managed to acquire one of the keys.
Me? Why? What an accusation. Why don't you make me another persuasion check? I'm doing it at advantage.
Thank you.
This is an old-fashioned hard way of charming.
You've charmed them. Yeah. You didn't even roll for it. You just did it.
I'm just great. All right. Well, that's another 14.
Another 14. Okay. Ono sort of inclines their head to you, lowers their chin, and speaks sotto voce. I do not currently have a copy of the key on me, but perhaps it would be of interest to you to know that one of the keys currently on the person of one of the guards does not go to the door they think it does.
It's not on Ono. Ono doesn't have it.
No, Ono didn't take the key use the key.
Oh my god, okay. All right, Ono just moved up a rank in my book. But I say, and this other key, where might one find it?
Oh, do you know the restaurant that caters this casino? Just across the alley. Hidden pearls in the discarded shells of their oysters.
I say to Ono, I like your style, Ono.
And they give a little flourishy bow. And so Corbin,
I'm dancing.
You're dancing.
Kat, while I'm dancing, can I do some spins and see if I can spot a key in the area of the Lamia?
Yeah, give me a perception check at disadvantage because you are trying to perceive while spinning.
It's already off to a bad start. I rolled literally the same thing twice.
'Tis fortune, 'tis fate.
14.
14, all right. At 14, you don't see anything that looks like a key in the Lamia's enclosure. You don't see anything like that, but the Lamia you do see is she's clapping, she's laughing, she's really enjoying your dancing. And she says, enough. I shall let you live, perhaps a bit longer, for you amuse me.
Thank you, my queen.
Come, sit by my side. It has been so long since anyone spoke obeisance to me. Tell me more sweet things about myself.
Your fur glitters with all the golden radiance of a newborn sun. And your claws... Shut the fuck up. Your claws are as sharp as kitchen knives that have been sharpened a lot. I'm a dancer, not a poet, please.
And she laughs. Not a friendly sounding laugh. Enough. Clearly, you are not blessed by the gods in all things as you were in dance.
Hearing somebody say to Corbin that he was blessed by the gods in dance is really funny.
Incredible.
It's amazing.
All you're good at is
makes
looking
sense.
pretty and dancing good, Corbin.
Yep, that's all he's there for. Kat, remind me what's in her cage. I know she's got like her little throne.
She's got a throne, she's got like piles of silks and like gold coins and nothing else. I mean, it's just finery, useless finery.
Okay. Corbin says,
Perhaps you might like to see a tasteful, fictitious magic trick.
A fictitious magic trick.
Yeah.
Is this magic as I have or magic as mortals have?
Mortals, I think.
Well, you may try, and if I am displeased, I shall simply eat you.
Okay, yeah, that sounds amazing, Your Highness. Okay,
okay, so I guess I'm gonna turn into a lion, and but it's a sexy, actually, you know what, okay, I'm gonna turn into a panther.
Oh.
Sexy black panther with a little white spot on the chest.
All right, so you turn into a panther, and the Lamia goes, "Oh my! Another user of the old magics." And as you are seducing her, everybody in the outside is very also, oh look, he's turned into a panther. Widley has the best entertainments. And as you're hearing this said around you, there is a big boom as the double doors at the top of the entryway open. And everybody turns, and a servant announces, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host for this evening, Mr. Wiley Greener." And you all look up at the entryway as a man who is both width and height. He's just big. And he's dressed in this elaborate green tailcoat with like almost a train. The tails are so long. And he has a very small woman on his arm. She almost just disappears behind him. And he gives an expansive arms out greeting to the casino, and he says, "Is everybody having fun?" And there's an applause, and he yells, "Is everybody spending money?" And everybody applauds again. And Fran, you see up on the balcony, the woman in the black dress who has been hanging out on the balcony with a drink in her hand, closes her fist on the glass and shatters it. Not yet, they don't.
The problem is, I'm genuinely trying to get this person to help us steal something. But the fact is
that Slake is a sex pervert.
Words. go in more than one way. And
You're right. There's no other way to say you're good at stealing other than your hands are so dexterous.
The other way you could possibly phrase it.
I'm a war criminal, and it's not my fault, and it's not Slake's fault that I'm a war criminal. And I'm sorry that they have to be played by me.
I do love the idea that Slake keeps saying all these things 100% innocently. And like, oh no, is there like, oh my God, like this person wants me so bad.
Yes.